No, wait now. Let me land. Let me die before you bury me.
Don't put me inside trouble, no.
My brother, he knows better. He cooks because he had to eat. That's why.
You didn't cook for him?
No, because he had to eat.
Why not?
Hunger kill you there.
So what if he says that one thing? I feel like the woman should do the cooking. And you two, two of you are working.
Yeah, I'm a Janoni here. Please leave me, John. That dirty kneeling down is the one that is my problem.
Kneeling down when she gives you the amala.
You do alright.
You're saying there's something. See your mouth. No, you're saying there's something about.
Hi guys, and welcome back to Naija Girls Dish with
Apple
and Diana.
Oh gosh.
So today we're talking about gender roles.
Oh God.
Yep, we're talking about where you fit in, where you don't fit, how you get in, if you don't get in, should you not, what you do, what you don't do, all that good jazz.
Apple.
Do you know what, Dolapo? I'm gonna allow you to take the reins on this one just because you're married. No, wait now, let me land. Let me die before you bury me.
Don't put me inside trouble,
No, I'm just simply saying just your point of view, because I think sometimes as a single gal, I can have a mindset that's quite unrealistic.
Let me be honest. When I was single, I had all these boxes that needed ticking. Tick. Half of them didn't tick.
This is what I'm saying.
Half of them didn't tick. Funny enough, I dated guys that, not that many, but I dated guys, I just wanted to put that out there, that cooked for me.
So fire.
Like that, and then, like, that's not the kind of person that I married. So it's just very interesting that you can have all these boxes. They have to be like this, they have to be like that, they have to be this height, they have to be whatever. I think when you're younger, you have all these things that are a bit more superficial. But what I will say, it's not even about, oh, would the person cook for you? I think it's more like, can the person cook?
Period.
I believe that, I understand that there are gender roles, but it's the 21st century, so all the lines are blurred. Back in the day, women did not work. So therefore, they were the homemakers. We're talking about pre-war. After the war happened, everybody started working, right? So I'm talking about World War II, in case people are like, what war was she talking about? So my thing is like, I think in the 21st century, from 2021 onwards, right? As a human being, as an adult, you need to know how to do basic things for yourself. Forget about if you're joined with somebody. So that if the person is not there, or there is an apocalypse, or whatever, you are going to be able to survive.
An apocalypse.
So being able to boil an egg.
Did you see that post?
So you can eat and not starve to death. And you cannot say, oh, because you are a man, that's why you can't do it.
Those are some boiled egg. He cracked 4 eggs inside water.
I mean, no, that's poached eggs, darling.
No, the water is not hot.
Stop.
There is that picture that's been going around for a while now. It's actually 4 cracked eggs in water that was yet to boil.
So exactly. My thing is basic things, like just the basics to be able to stay alive. I don't understand how people get to a point where they literally cannot do anything for themselves. If we're talking about our culture, I do feel that back in the day, I can't say it to now because my son is 4, but he will be able to cook, okay? Because it's not going to be a case of when his sister and I are in the kitchen, he will be chilling somewhere. Everybody's in the kitchen. Let's all learn together, you know? But that's a conscious effort that I've chosen to make. My brothers know how to cook. They went to boarding school over here, and then during the holidays, when my parents were still in Nigeria, they went to boarding school. Sorry, because you're over here, anyway. They went to boarding school in England, and when it was holidays, and if my parents went around and we were all in the house together, everybody was cooking.
Period.
So to me, it just this whole okay, because you're the wife, you should. That's different. Okay, you're the wife. You people have decided in your relationship, because it's your relationship, so you decide that she's going to be the one that cooks predominantly. Fine. But if she cannot cook and everybody's starving, is it going to kill you to bring out pan and boil indomie? That's just like, you know, let me quickly give a story, sorry. So a family friend, he shouldn't take this the wrong way, family friend, much younger than me. So my parents have a house in Tottenham, right? So that's where we grew up. And he came over to stay, and I think he was 18, 19. I think he was coming to the UK to go to uni. So he was around for the summer before he started going to school. So his mom left him in the house, and then he was like, oh, Auntie Darko, yes. He said, okay, Auntie Darko, what's for dinner?
Hey!
And I was getting ready to go to work
What's a
because I was
question?
doing a night shift. I think I was working in the call center or something. And I was like, I don't know, there's food in the fridge. Go to the shops, buy something. So, okay. Then I came back. He still hadn't done anything. I made my food. I made my food for one. I ate it. I went to bed. Next day, I'd gone to work, came back, and I saw he'd made a pot of... He tried to make stew. So it's like a tomato sauce or something. And he basically didn't know that you had to put it in the fridge or else it would spoil. This is a 19-year-old man. I mean, what's the adult age?
No, it's man. It's
A
a man.
19-year-old. And I thought to myself, he'd grown up in Nigeria his entire life, but he had not been taught that basic skill because there's maids. And it's not like they're the richest people in the world. So it's not like a money thing where you have all
not.
this stuff. It's just...
It's a culture thing.
Oh, first of all, he's a guy, so he's not female. He's a guy, so everyone's doing everything for him. And he has a maid. I'm sure his room they clean it, so he basically doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah,
but he got a shock when he came to our house, the family friend's house, and no one was. I'm older than you. You're calling me auntie, and you're asking me what's for dinner.
I'm weak.
I'm not making you dinner. So
Yeah.
he slowly learned that he had to do things for himself, and that's how he learned. But it's a shame that he had to wait till he was 19 years old to learn it.
That's just embarrassing. But yeah, no, everybody knows. I don't play that in my household. My brother, he knows better. He cooks because he had to eat. That's why.
You didn't cook for him?
No, because he had to eat.
Why not?
Hunger kill you there. Hunger. I think for me as a single woman, when it comes to gender roles, I think I'm just... You're right about the boxes, but one thing about me is I don't like when something is forced on me. So if you tell me I come home and you must have a meal ready, on God, hunger will finish you. I'm the kind of person I'm like, when you was on your way home, you passed many places. I hope you pick something up. And I know that's a bad mentality, and I'm not against cooking. I just don't think it's a you must thing. That's my stressor, is someone enforcing it. That's a problem because you're making it seem like I don't have a job either.
Yeah.
That's the problem for me. So I don't get me wrong, I'm not a fan of cooking. I don't enjoy it.
I actually hate it.
There's no
No,
pleasure
no.
in cooking. I'm so sorry. I think we need to normalize, hiring people to do these things. And it's not about privilege or anything. I think if you have the means to, you should. Because why should you stress your life? Cooking and cleaning is exhausting and it takes time, and unless you enjoy it, like I said, you do it to survive. Why do it?
My thing is, look, I have no issue if I'm home all the time, and if you enjoy it as well, then go ahead. But you're right, it is that whole thing of, oh, you're female, you must do this.
I don't like that.
You're female, you must cook. You're this, you must do that. You're, but then if we're guys and we're sitting here, we could be saying the complete opposite. A man can tell you, so why am I the one that's paying all the rent?
So I'm gonna.
So how do you feel? I was gonna say, how do you feel about that? So
No.
okay, if you're a couple and the guy is the one paying the rent, but you're both working, because men are gonna be like, listen to this and say,
Do you know
well,
what?
excuse me, so why am I paying rent if you're not going to cook?
But can I say something? Do you know? Okay, let me put it this way, and this is just the most basic way. If I am home 24/7 and I am jobless,
So if you're like basically
And I am-
in housewife mode,
and I
whether
want,
it's
and I want to say
temporarily
this
or
is it. Housewife, not like ratchet it up a bit, like housewife to the power of 1 million.
Yeah.
Like all I do is I'm a homemaker.
Yeah.
Then, Ross, hear me so. You can now almost kind of sort of ask me to cook small, but you will pay for everything. But in that cooking small, I'm also not here to become a baby slave. Because I think we're forgetting about what it takes to make these meals and the energy. And you're right, you've been at work. Okay, cool, you're bringing in the bacon. I just think we need to find a happy medium. Why don't you join me? Let's do it together. We can help one another. It's the idea that you're telling me is my duty. My sister once said this thing. She goes, it's because you don't have children. When your children have to eat, you cook. She has a point.
It's true.
She has a point.
It's true.
I think when it comes to splitting bills and stuff like that, I'm open to paying a portion, a very small portion. No, that portion is mad small, yo. Mad small.
I guess my thing is, if you're married and you're both working and your husband tells you to pay for part of the rent, would you have a problem with that?
Yes.
Why would you have a problem?
Wait. Because
See, that's a double standard.
No, wait. You said rent. I can put towards bills. Because when we think about rent in the grand scheme of things, there's rent and there's bills. So I can add towards bills. That one thing, I don't know what it is. I feel like the man should just pay for the whole rent. And then the bills.
So what if he says that one thing, I feel like the woman should do the cooking? And you two, two of you are working.
Yeah, I'm a Janoni. Please leave me, John.
Okay, but you see,
guys,
but then that is a double standard.
We can be here all day. All I'm gonna say is,
but then I think, this is the point of the argument. The point of the argument is they're gonna now say, so all these women that say they don't want to cook, but then they now don't want to prepare rent, but they're also earning.
Okay,
so why is it that?
What I will say is, there is a man for every woman in her state. There is a woman for every man in his state. Yes. There is a man who's going to be okay with my demands or my requirements and vice versa. So I think moving forward, go to where you are accepted, go to where your shoe fits, go to where it works. The way they say, can you date somebody that is of this social class? Can you not? Everybody stick within your lane. Go to where you can manage your pockets. So I think that's where it makes sense.
I do think that if I really have to look inward and I was being asked to pay some money towards rent and I was also expecting him to cook, it would be very hypocritical of me to not pay towards the rent if I'm like, well, we're both cooking, because then that's the whole point. Then I'm basically saying, well, it's one rule for me and one rule for you.
I agree. You have a point, honestly.
That is not what is happening in my house. But I am saying I'm just saying, but if that was the case and I was making that money and I was able to afford it, why wouldn't I? Why would I be like, oh no, I'm not going to give you any rent? Okay, no. But you know, it's Monday. You are the one that cooks on Monday.
Guys, it's a partnership. I will say that it's a partnership. And if I'm making more than my husband, Lord, please don't let me make more than that man. Well, actually, no, Lord, please let me make more than him. Lord, please let me just make. Either way, I love you. We're a partnership. I would put the money down. I'm being stubborn. I would put the money down. I think there is something, and maybe it's superficial, about having a man kind of take charge and really run the household.
And there is something about a woman being a homemaker and cooking and kneeling down when she gives you
that dirty kneeling down is the one that is my problem.
Kneeling down when she gives you the amala.
You'll be alright.
You're saying there's something. See your mouth. You're saying there's something about when a man takes care of you.
But
is there not something about when a woman takes care of a man?
See yourself. If you've ever met me, bruh, I'm gonna give you a hug.
Can you imagine?
I ain't finna cook shit.
Terrible.
No, listen. Love makes you do every and anything.
God bless you.
That's where it is.
And respect. If you respect your partner, you will be cooking in the kitchen with a tongue.
I'm telling you, wallah, you will bend over.
Just
you'll be dropping things
because you'll be making some fried chicken.
Do you understand? You greet them at the door.
Yam. I think that's
back up. That pounding yam. There's nobody. Won't be more that will pound yam. No.
That's the thing. If there is love and there is respect in marriage, so all this submission, Kini, you will automatically want to please your partner because your partner is also pleasing you. I think the issue is there's this power struggle with a lot of couples just because there's other issues going on. So it's kind of like, well, I'm not going to cook for
familial trauma that comes before you even enter the marriage.
I don't think it's as straightforward as a man needs to do this and a woman to do that.
You won't have to ask anyone to submit. Because when you care, when you respect, you naturally want to dote and take care of that person. So and really, love upon them. Find what works for you.
Sorry,
I don't understand. Sorry, I did chocolate.
Sorry,
guys. Anyways, love who loves you and deserves you. That's where we're gonna leave that one. Okay. Till next time.
Bye. I said lick their face.
You said lick their face.
I did it. Just had a mental image. Okay, but which is alright.